right, good afternoon, everybody. As you guys know, my name is Fadino, Young Dino, Muscle Man. Whatever you guys want to call me, and I answer to all. And over here to my right, we have my good friend Emma over here. Yeah, we have my good friend Emma over here. We work at the same place and stuff. Yeah, she always been here every time I need her. She always say yes, no question asked. Yeah. And over here on the main microphone, this is Rudy. He's the bass player at our church.
What's good, y'all? How y'all doing?
Yeah, we were supposed to start at 6, but
Put me on blast.
yeah, but life happens. So we do better next time. And over here, the one who's controlling everything, her name is Sabin. She's a dentist. So if you guys want to get your teeth clean, holla at her. And yeah, she also got a YouTube channel too. So y'all follow her. I'll put the link in the description later. But yeah, so the topic for today is Christian dating part 2. Now I remember Emma, you said it take about a year just to get to know somebody.
Yes.
Okay.
You gotta spend the holidays, birthdays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, all that. I feel like to see how somebody is during the holidays, to really understand somebody completely. Even that, you still don't really know somebody 100%, but you have a good grasp of somebody after a year.
Okay, so what happens if that person do not celebrate holidays or birthdays?
No, they don't celebrate holidays or birthdays. I mean, it just all depends. But I feel like me personally, I feel like after a year, I can know somebody.
Makes sense, yeah.
I do have a question. When it comes to the holidays, is it like, because I feel like a guy's going to hear that and their mind's automatically going to go to like, oh, gifts. Like, what is it about the holidays you think would show somebody, or show more of somebody's character?
I feel like me understanding the person is family oriented, because there's a lot of people who spend the holidays alone, and there's people I've met where I didn't know they spend the holidays alone, or they don't have a good relationship with their families. So it's just like, okay, are you into like holiday festivities, like Christmas stuff, or are you just kind of solo because you have a bad rapport with your family? So not necessarily the gifts, but yeah. Okay. There's always like Thanksgiving and like, New Year's and stuff like that.
For sure.
And like what traditions do you have each holiday? Like I'm Haitian, I eat soup jumu. People I date who are not Haitian, they won't understand that. Like guys I dated where it's like New Year's Eve, I have to be in church. Like I can't do nothing. I can't go to no party. I can't be outside. Like I'm in church New Year's Eve. But a lot of people don't understand that.
That's fair.
So
I'll say
yeah.
good company with that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys feel like the church helps prepare young adults in relation to dating and being in a relationship?
Personally, I feel like there could be a better job done. I feel like when it comes to like relationships, you just hear a lot of what you shouldn't do. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like things to not get yourself involved in, like people not to get yourself involved with. But I feel as though like what it should look like could be spoken on more.
Okay, that's a very good question. In my opinion, not really. It's because that I know they say, oh, be a person find a person at church, but they don't want to say but they don't give you like a full in-depth detail on, like, person at church is good, but they don't give you full in-depth detail on like what to look for, what to expect from a woman, and what to expect from a man.
Okay, I feel like that's true. Like, come to church, but they don't even promote dating and being in a relationship. They don't really promote that. Like, I feel like growing up in the church, it was like, me as a girl, like, don't go talking to the boys, don't go doing this. All the girls are over here, all the guys are over here. So they don't even promote dating and being in a relationship. And then when you become an adult, it's like, oh, when are you gonna get married?
Yeah.
Like, you're not married yet? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
so they don't
where's
really,
that ring?
Yeah, where's the ring? Like, you're not talking to anybody, so they don't really show you how to even date, and they don't even teach men how to court women, I would say.
You know, I
So
feel that. Although I did see an interesting take where it was like dating, the concept of dating wasn't even in the Bible. You feel me? I feel like I might have said something about that
Yeah.
last
yes.
episode. But yeah, no, look, I do think that as far as like going about loving people in general, she set like a good foundation. You feel me? Um, like when Jesus summed up the Ten Commandments, it was love God and then love your neighbor as yourself. So I feel like even if you were to take that into dating, that would be a good place to start. But as far as romantic relationships go, like there are a few books in the Bible, you feel me? But like even then, I would say that that's geared towards people that are already married. You know what I mean? But I do think that even though the concept of dating wasn't in the Bible, like there's so many things that we deal with nowadays that aren't in the Bible, but we can still apply like the idea of what they were speaking about then contextually to like our context now in today's society, you know? Like as far as purity goes. I feel like that's something that even though there was no dating, like if you were to get into a relationship now, oh, because it wasn't spoken in the Bible then, doesn't mean I can live frivolously. No, like lust is still a thing that like we have to watch out for. You feel me? Um, Respect is still a thing that we have to watch out for. And I will say, albeit countercultural in today's society, like I do think that men and women do have their roles that they play. Cause like we're equal but different. You feel me? Not any less equal, but there are things that you as a woman you can do that I as a man like can't do or can't do as well. You feel me? I believe vice versa. And I don't think that's like a disparaging comment. I think that's like just a beautiful reality. You know what I mean?
So how would you guys say you handle the pressures from family and friends when they ask you, when are you gonna start dating? Are you in a relationship? Do you have a boyfriend? Do you have a boyfriend? Like, how do you handle that pressure, like, without it making you feel uncomfortable?
I don't. I don't see it as pressure. Yeah, I don't even know if I want to say this on camera, but like, if my family will always ask me. I'm not. My parents get it, but like, anytime there's a family function, like my aunts and uncles, like, yo, so who is it now? You feel me? Like, and that's. I know it's like all in jest, but yeah, I've never really seen it as pressure. Me personally, like, maybe it's just the way that I am as a person. I feel like it's like water off my back. You feel me? All in God's timing. And like I referenced before, I am actively still praying for the woman that God has for me, but like I also got to be the person that's good enough to receive her. You feel me? Like I don't want that blessing because it says in the Bible, yo, a man who finds a wife finds a good thing.
Yeah.
But like I don't want to be the man that God finally gives me that blessing and it falls through my hands because I'm not strong enough to hold it. You know? So yeah, they could ask. Let them ask all day.
What about you, Fadino?
Well, to me, it's not actually pressure either. Because if somebody asks me, well, Dino, when you gonna have a girlfriend? When you gonna have a wife? I'm like, well, first of all, I'm not even finished with my education, and I'm not even have the career goal I want yet. So how you gonna expect me to have a girlfriend to become a wife if if I'm not even financially stable to the point yet? And or like, why would I? And why would I like if the question is like, if they say that mean like they want me to rush, and I'm the type of guy, I don't like rush. I like to wait to the perfect moment, because if I rush, that mean I'm chasing the wrong things. That's like going to the grocery store hungry because you just grab everything.
That's not a bad analogy.
Yeah. So my thing is that it's not basically pressure. It's just like I have stuff going on that I'm not financially stable, and I have to get my education in order. Then I could be like, okay, then I can just be like settling down. And when people ask me, I just say, no, it's all about God's timing. When God say, Dino, you ready to have a girlfriend? I'm like, okay, send me the one that's for me. And I feel like when I date, that first person, that's gonna be my wife for sure, man. Cause I don't got time to date around.
That's wishful thinking. What about you? How often, or is it like a question that you get asked often? I feel like it's a double standard. I feel like girls get asked that more than guys do.
It don't bother me. I just say whenever God sends me a man. But every time I tell someone I'm not dating or I'm not in a relationship, nobody believes me. They think I'm lying.
I don't believe you.
They think I'm lying. They're like, even my mom thinks I'm lying. She'd be like, okay, you just don't want to tell me the truth. Like,
Okay, yeah. So it's like how many broken hearts are out there, type John.
I just feel like when God sends me a man, like whenever He sends me a man, I don't know.
Okay.
But wait, Fadino, you said financially stable, right? In your question, in your answer, do you guys think dating's expensive?
Yes.
Oh, debatable.
I think that because when you're dating somebody, you get to split stuff. Like,
No, you can.
you're going halfway. Like, it's one guy in particular who's my ex-boyfriend. When we were in a relationship, a lot of stuff we would just go like, we would like if we're eating something. Cause I don't eat a lot really, so it's like everything will just kind of go half on. Like, I feel like it was pretty easy
Okay.
for us to be in a relationship. Like, it's kind of like going out with your friends. You guys each pay for what you guys have, but like when you're with another person, it's like two people paying for one thing. Like,
No, I get that.
I feel like it's not that. But then again, I'm just a girl, so I
You know what I'm saying? Now look, I feel like nowadays especially, although it might just be like societal talk, but it's almost like a pressure from a guy's perspective where it's like, if I take a girl out on a date, not speaking from personal experience because I do think I've been blessed in that sense, and to be fair, I like to think I'm somewhat generous, but like the pressure is like, oh, if we're gonna go out to a place, it's got to be a nice place, and two, like you have to have a cavalier attitude to where like you have enough to take care of everything, and it doesn't even mean anything to you. Like keep it. You feel me? Like, and it's one of those things where I feel like it's like a deterrent, because guys are at this point thinking, why would I take somebody who I don't even know that well, spend all that money,
Exactly.
like on the hope that it goes well, and if it doesn't, I gotta keep on doing this again. You feel me? Like it's a deterrent. But to be fair though, like I think, and I say that speaking generally, in my personal experience, I've been, dare I say, blessed to have been with people who understand, like, or they don't have that expectation, where it's like they'll even go above and beyond and be like, it's almost not an argument, but like a playful back and forth where she's like, no, let me take care of it. You feel me? Like, and it's like it's a show of faith to where money isn't the main thing, because like financial stability is a necessary it's a necessary component when it comes to building a home, like building a family. But when off rip, it seems like money is all that matters. I'm not the only one with money. Feel me? What if we go through a hard time? Then, like, are you ready to jump ship, or like, are we sticking to that marital covenant where it's like for better, for worse? Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. To me, dating is, I'm not saying it's expensive, but society make it seems like it's expensive though. It's because like I be seeing posts on Instagram and stuff like Cheesecake Factory is the worst place to take a person.
Cheesecake Factory is good.
Yo,
I'm like,
talk to me nice. Let's go.
I think it's good.
Bro, you see that menu?
Yeah, I'm like,
And their wine is good.
Facts.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I never been. I'm like, what's wrong with
You ever had
Cheesecake?
Cheesecake Factory?
No.
Oh, you gotta go.
Yeah, I got
Cheesecake alone is already slapping. Good pasta.
Okay. Yeah, hopefully I try it one day. Yeah, when like they want like those extravagant stuff like Roof Chris and stuff. I'm like, I don't know who Roof Chris is.
Bro, straight up, man.
Hey, if you want Roof Chris, man, we gonna watch a movie called Roof, and I'll be the Chris and shit.
Yeah, read the Bible.
But I feel like there's ways to date without it being so expensive. And you gotta date an understanding partner. Now, if the person you're pursuing wants like Chanel bag and like wants to be at Fleming Steakhouse on Las Olas every single day, then you can't, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta know who you're dating and who you're pursuing. Because people usually let them know like, hey, this is how I am and this is what I want. So when they show you what they want and how they are, you can't be mad at it. It's like, okay, you knew what you were getting yourself into. So just having an understanding partner and stuff like that. So
I think it comes down to being like a good hang too, because you realize that you can have a good time anywhere. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like honestly, and to be fair, not for nothing, I like to think I'm a pretty good hang, but Yeah, no, look, I've had good times literally just taking a crocheted blanket in the park. You feel me? With like Steak and Shake, like something laid back, which on on paper seems not it is not reaching the status quo of like what society would say. But like at the end of the day, when it comes to a long relationship, a long healthy relationship, like I think it comes down to actually enjoying the person that you're with. Like if you can at the very least enjoy your time with the person that you're with, come hella high water. Like it doesn't really matter what y'all end up going through if y'all can make it through together. You feel me? And someone that's gonna want to build with you. Like I've been thinking big on legacy. You feel me? I don't know. I feel like that's something that a lot of folks don't think about nowadays.
When you say legacy, like building a legacy?
Building a legacy, leaving
Like
a legacy.
kids.
Kids, something to leave my kids. You feel me? Yeah.
Like building a name for yourself.
All encompassing. Yeah. You feel me?
But by yourself or with the person you're in a relationship with?
I think ultimately with the person I end up with, but it's not that I want to start from zero. I like to have something already built. You feel me? And like finding somebody that complements that, because I think that'd be I don't want to say idealistic, but a beautiful thing to see like become. You know?
How would you say you both navigate dating somebody who's a Christian, but they're in a different space spiritually than you?
How do you mean?
Like, let's say they're, I don't like even saying the word, but like lukewarm Christian.
Lukewarm?
Or they're just now, another word I've seen commonly used nowadays is born again Christian.
Born again? Okay.
So like they're not in the same place spiritually as you, or yeah. How would you navigate that? But they're an amazing person, but yeah.
It's funny you say that. It's actually I played for a service. It was like a college ministry, and that was one of the topics that we spoke about. Well, they chalked it up to like being unequally yoked. Well, one, it started from like a place of as a Christian dating a non-Christian, and then two, it moved on to like different levels of faith, and in terms of levels, like someone new to the faith as opposed to someone who's been like walking in it faithfully. You know what I mean? And I think one, when it comes to dating somebody who's not a Christian, biblically, that's a no-go. You feel me? Because it's not something that would necessarily be helpful to your walk with Christ. As far as somebody who's new to the faith, I would say tread lightly. You feel me? Because at that point, like if you're like walking in it faithfully, then you become almost like a spiritual leader. And it's in the Bible where it's like, if you are like a teacher of the faith, then you'll be judged even more so. You feel me? Because like at that point, the people that you're teaching, if they stray, that falls on you. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't necessarily go against it. And also it comes down to them, like the person being new to the faith. In my case, if she's actually faithfully like trying to follow it, because I will say it's one thing about someone being in the church but not necessarily living that life. You feel me? Where it's only just on the Sabbath where they're a Christian, and then the rest of the week they're doing their own thing. You feel me? And I don't know. I think it's something you definitely got to pray about. And it's hard to give like an all-encompassing answer, because I've known people who did the missionary dating. I don't know if you've heard that saying. Where
Missionary
it's like,
dating?
What's
yeah,
that?
where it's like one person is a Christian, the other person isn't, and like, but they click really well. You feel me? And in their dating, they're hoping that the non-believer will eventually become a believer. That's why they call it like missionary dating.
But were they already a Christian before, or no?
No. So it's like one Christian ends up with another non-believer, and the Christian in dating hopes that like, oh yeah, let me get them to come to church with me. You feel me? And then hopefully that they'll accept Jesus Christ. You know, and albeit like something that's I don't want to say spoken against, like frowned upon. I've seen some cases where it does work. But just because like it does work doesn't mean that it's something that you should pursue. You know what I mean? Like it's like one of those, the ends not necessarily justifying the means, so to speak.
I never heard of missionary dating.
Yeah, it's just like a rhetoric, so to speak.
You said something that was pretty cool earlier that I never heard before. You said someone who teaches the faith would be judged more, and if the people he is teaching leads astray, that's why they judge him or
Well,
something.
yeah, basically, it's I'd have to find the passage, but maybe we could put that in like the description after. But it's like yeah, essentially, if you're a teacher of the faith, and it was more so like back then priest, today's pastor, but I think somebody who's more knowledgeable in the faith, like if you're a teacher of the faith, then you'll be judged more so because like you're spreading God's word and you have to spread it in His Spirit. You feel me? And there's also another passage. I want to say it's in either First or Second Corinthians, chapter 8, where it's referencing. It's in the same vein where basically the writer was saying like it's not a sin to eat meat that's been sacrificed to false idols. Where like that was like a saying back then. You shouldn't eat meat that's been sacrificed to false idols. And the writer was saying that like it's not a sin to do that, but if I have a brother or sister in Christ who is weaker in the faith than I am, and them seeing me eat that meat that's been sacrificed to false idols, if that causes them to sin, then I've sinned for making them stumble. You feel me? So yeah, it's like we have to, even if we're in a place where, and to tie it all back with like relationships are being unequally yoked and all that, like even if I'm in my right, well within my convictions to live a certain way, if somebody else who's weaker in the faith sees me living like that and then it causes them to stumble, then I'm in the wrong. You feel me? Yeah, it's like having to carry your under the couch. Or it's like a burden to bear. You feel me? Yeah.
I never heard that before. That's actually pretty interesting.
Yeah. So
You gotta find the passage for me.
for sure. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna look it
Yeah,
up.
look it up because when you were talking, I was like, whoa, like that stuck out to me the most because I was like, I never even realized that, and that made me think of, you know how a lot of people who don't go to church anymore, they say, oh, I don't go to church because the worst people I met in life are those that I've seen go to church. So it kind of makes me think of what you were saying. The teacher of the faith faces the most burdens because people are going to see him and what he does, and it's like, okay, if he's a bad person, or if all his friends are sinners, people are going to think, why should I go to church and believe in your faith if you do the same thing as me, or you're doing worse or something like that. So it made me think of what you just said in that moment.
Yeah, I think it says James 3:1. Let me pull it up.
James 3:1. Let me look it up on my phone.
Yeah, so James 3:1, taming the tongue. Wow. Okay, thank you for. It just jumped on me. James 3:1, taming the tongue. Not many of you should become teachers, my fellow believers, because you know that we who teach will be judged more strictly. We all stumble in many ways. Anyone who is never at fault in what he says is perfect, able to keep their whole tongue in check. You feel me? And the AI overview from Google basically says, yes, according to the Bible, teachers are judged more strictly because of the significant responsibility of influencing others' faiths.
That's
Yeah,
good.
it is.
Taking note of that. Thank you.
That's cool. Never heard that before.
That's, that's tough.
Yeah. Anyway, you were saying they ain't a non-believer.
Yes.
See, biblically, no, I wouldn't do it because if I just for example, if I date a non-believer, it's gonna take me a long time to make her turn to a Christian because you date a non-believer, she's probably gonna turn on you to make you a non-believer. It's because now it's gonna be hard because say like the Bible literally say you cannot serve two masters. Say like if she a non-believer, or she a lukewarm Christian. Like for example, like I cannot go out on Friday night. Friday night I cannot go out, and until like Saturday night, then I can have my free time. But say like if she forcing me to go to the club on Friday night, forcing me to go out on Friday night, I I cannot do that. Now this gonna become a discussion wise, like why you can't do that, or you boring, or you lame. It's not that. It's because I have to follow the law. So that's gonna be hard to persuade somebody to this is my religion is because people think when you're dating like a lukewarm Christian, it's gonna be easier for them to make them turn to a full Christian. But at the same time, the Bible says you cannot be in the club Saturday. You cannot be in the club Saturday night and go to church Sunday morning. You gotta do one because you cannot love two masters. Yeah, meaning like you cannot do this and do that. So my thing is, I wouldn't date a lukewarm Christian or date a non-believer because it's just gonna be time for them to change. And half the time too, they're gonna want you to change too until their beliefs.
I think for me, it depends on why they're not a non-believer. Like, did something happen in their life that brought them away from God? Because I'm not one to judge.
Yeah.
So it's like sometimes you're put in people's lives to bring them closer to God. And you never know, you never meet people by accident. Everybody you meet is for a reason. So it all depends on the reason. Like, are they willing to learn? Are they willing to grow? Or are they just like a straight up atheist? Like, oh,
Yeah.
I don't want to believe in God. I don't care for it. All that. And you just ask the right questions and understand at first. But I wouldn't be able to date somebody who's like a straight up non-believer. Because a lot of the stuff I do that I grew up doing, they wouldn't understand.
Yeah.
So, and like you said, there's no time to be converting somebody, like, especially if they don't want to. Now, if they really want to and it's like a cry for help, like, maybe you're that person brought into their life to help them know who God is and
Exactly.
become a Christian. So I guess it all depends on circumstances and stuff like that and knowing that person.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. A lot of non-believers say, "Oh, I don't believe in God because how can I believe in something I can't see?" Like that's like there's their answer. But you believe in air, but you still breathing. So what's your point here?
Yeah, I think a lot of that when it comes to that, it's like semantics. You feel me? Like as Christians, we have faith. Scientists have their theories. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like where they can't necessarily just because it makes sense on paper, then backtracking. But like they still have to have a level of faith. Well, plainly faith that their math is right. You feel me? Whatever their equations are leading them to that they weren't there to prove. Like they have to have faith that theory holds weight. You know. So yeah, I think it really is just like how they go about saying it. But people are stubborn. Yeah, no, look, I think as far as dating, not that I haven't dated a non-believer before, but I knew the mess I was getting myself into. You feel me? And like and that's not a disparaging comment towards them, because like people are entitled to live their lives how they will. But as a Christian, like you still have to hold yourself to a certain standard. You feel me? And yeah, it is a lot easier, Fadino, as you were saying, like if you're dating somebody who is not a believer, and like they want to go do something that you know that you shouldn't, like even though you know to yourself that you shouldn't, like because of the love that you have for that person, like it's gonna pull you in a direction where it's like, all right, well maybe just a little bit. And there's this analogy, the frog in like the frog in the boiling water. I don't know if you guys heard this one before.
No.
So basically, it's like if you were to take a frog and throw it into a pot of boiling water, like its immediate reaction is to jump out. You feel me? But if you were to put a frog in like room temperature water, it's gonna vibe. Like frogs aren't scared of water, and if you turn it up little by little, eventually the frog will like die in the boiling water because it's been acclimated to the temperature the entire time, and it's not even realizing that it's like in danger. You feel me? So it's like, and yes, this ties to like fraternizing with sin in general, but like if you put yourself in a situation that you know you shouldn't be in, but like you think you have a handle on it, like one day, next thing you know, like you're in actual danger. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. That's one way I like to look at dating non-believers. But as far as dating somebody who's new to the faith, I think you have to just be very careful, you know. But I wouldn't necessarily talk against it.
One more question.
For
What is my
sure.
last question? How can the church better support singles and dating?
Singles and
What do you
dating.
think the church can do differently for like our generation and just like, dating and single people?
Okay.
Can do differently, you said?
Yeah,
Do
can do
better.
differently.
I would say one, like I always said before, talk about it more. Um, Maybe foster a safe space for that. But at the same time, like it's kind of hard because then I feel like if you were to foster a safe space for single people in the church, like that might draw some, dare I say, unwanted attention. You feel me? Or like opportunists, like, oh yeah, well this is just an easy mark at that point, you know, like, and you don't want that. But I do think that one, talking about it more, yes, better preparing both the men and the women. You feel me? Like, I think that'd be dope because they have like couples groups, or like different churches will have like couples groups and whatnot. Um, and there will be single groups, but like there'll be guys who don't know how to talk to girls, or girls that don't know how to talk to guys. You feel me? Like, so I think that's something that should not be overlooked.
Yeah.
Because just because you're a Christian doesn't mean that like everything else falls into place, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like, that's a phenomenal place to start. But yeah, when it comes to actually finding your people to then finding your person, like that should be aided. You know what I mean? However it can be.
What about you, Fadino?
I think what we can do differently to prepare like the older generation, like went to
The church.
yeah, the church, like to prepare the young Christian on how to find a husband or how to find a wife, is to have like separate group, like have a man ministry and woman ministry that's like open minded on how to talk about these
Youth group?
yeah, yeah, like a youth group, open minded how to talk about like these specific type of questions. Because when you don't teach them that, then they're gonna learn it from their friends, and they're gonna talking about go home to their parents. They're gonna talk, where you guys learned this? Or I learned this from my friends. Versus actually sitting there in church, actually talk about, oh, this is the correct way to do it, instead of like scaring the topic off. Because when they getting prepared to like date in like when in their early 20s or something, or when you guys prepared to date, then you guys wouldn't be confused on how to navigate that role, on how to become a better husband, or how to become a better wife, boyfriend or girlfriend or whatsoever.
Facts. And eventually you just learn how to get better at keeping secrets. You feel
Yeah,
me?
exactly.
That is true.
Yeah, if something's gonna go down, like it's gonna go down.
Yeah,
So I do think, yeah, just fostering a safe space to actually have these conversations instead of making it like taboo, I think would be a good place.
yeah.
I don't think a youth group would help.
I'd say youth.
I feel like it depends on the teacher. Because, like, a lot of youth groups I've been to and I've seen, everybody's just doing stuff in secret. And
yeah,
the only
yeah.
thing that's being taught is scripture.
Gotcha.
They're not really teaching, like, okay, you guys are in your teens now,
Yeah.
where the girls at our age where they can have kids, and the guys are at an age like everybody's just becoming grown adults.
Yeah.
They don't like talking about uncomfortable questions and
Gotcha.
everything like that, and how to. I feel like if youth groups or youth leaders talk more about what's in front, like what's going on,
Yeah.
the transformation going on in life, from like being a boy to a man, a girl to a woman, and like having that tough conversation, people make smarter decisions.
Yeah.
Help people understand, okay, what is dating, and how they can date productively, where they can like get into a relationship, or whatever somebody's purpose is behind dating and stuff like
Gotcha. So it's like a man or woman ministry kind of.
that. Yeah, where they actually teach the youth, not just the Bible and just scripture, but they're teaching them, okay, this is how to navigate the world as a Christian.
Yeah, makes sense.
So,
Yeah.
like using the word, like they're providing scripture with it, but they're using the word and applying the word to real life scenarios, basically.
Yeah.
I think that would be productive when it comes to like teaching the youth how to date.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, exactly.
It is something that I don't want to say scared to talk about, but I also feel like maybe it's just something that they never spoke about. You know what I mean? Like it's we having to break. I'm assuming. I'm just assuming, but like having to break that cycle, or even it coming down to parents having to talk with the kids at home. You know, if like if they're like too young to talk about it in like a public forum, like at least the pastors or like the elders in the church equipping the parents to have that conversation with their kids. You know, because it's something that I realize as big I am on communication, I do understand that some conversations are easier left unsaid, but that doesn't necessarily make it healthier. You know what I mean? You good, love. Take your time.
Yeah, I agree with you. It seems like the church is like scared to talk about these specific type of topic, but at the end of the day, the church is supposed to be a safe place where we can all gather just to talk about these specific type of topics.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm out of question, guys.
Yeah.
Now it's calm.
Okay. So one last question: what you guys think the red and green flag of Christian dating?
Ooh, red and green flags of Christian dating. How do you mean? How do you mean? What do you mean by that?
I would say a red flag for me, a big red flag for me is not going to church. I can't accept my church is
Okay.
home, or
Okay.
I'm a Christian, I don't have to go to church, I know the Bible. It's like you could do everything else.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to go to work, but you go to work. You don't
Yeah.
have to go to gym, you go to the gym.
Yeah.
You don't have to go out with your friends, but you go out with your friends, but you can't go to church.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's a major red flag for me. Somebody who doesn't go to church, like, yeah, because I wouldn't even want to get married to a person like that and have my kids grow up in a household where I'm taking the kids to church and my husband is home watching TV. I feel like that's unacceptable. But that's one of my main red flags.
Gotcha.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
I heard this saying where it's like one verse lived is better than 1,000 verses memorized. I think that's like a red flag where like even if they have like a lot of Bible knowledge but like they don't know how to love people, you feel me? Or like they don't actually walk with God. I feel like that'd be a big red flag for me. And to be fair, it's something I still got to check myself on. Because I understand nobody's perfect, but there's a difference between like having your moments where you stumble and willfully just disobeying, you know?
Well,
What about
What
you?
about you?
well, big red flag. I got two red flags though. One red flag is being lustful is being lustful, and another red flag is comparing your zodiac sign the reason why you don't take accountability.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
That's
That's a
fair.
good one.
That's fair.
cause you can't tell me, oh, I'm a you can't tell me, oh, I'm a Pisces, you're a Sagittarius, so I can't be with you. Nah, I'm like, where in the Bible you see this zodiac sign at? Now, who make this stuff up, man?
That is true.
Cause I don't understand the zodiac sign stuff.
That's fair. That and angel numbers.
Yeah,
Angel numbers do scare me.
Yeah.
They
Wow. That's fair. You feel me?
and card
It's just a time.
readers, man.
Oh,
I
like
don't.
tarot, yeah.
Tarot readers,
I'm like,
yes.
no.
No, I don't feel that. Yeah, it is. It's like arbitrary, but people have like their different beliefs. You feel me? So yeah, it would be tough. Really pitting that up with Christians. I feel like that's something that like you see a lot of Christians nowadays like tap into. You feel me?
What, tarot readings?
Well, not tarot reading, but
Christians?
like zodiac signs. Yeah, because it's like it's in the same vein where it's out there. You can find Christians be like, oh yeah, well I'm this, so obviously
I
I'm
know
gonna
people
feel
would
this
talk
way.
about it, but I don't know anybody who worships it.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
not
yo, you'd be
necessarily
surprised.
worship.
I don't know anybody who like somebody could say, okay, your birthday's this day, so is this. Like,
Oh, you.
I wouldn't know anybody who says like, oh yeah, because I'm, like you said, Sagittarius or this,
Yeah.
I can't do this. I don't know anybody who like worships it like that. You know,
Yeah,
like
I've met a few where like they hold it in not dare I say high esteem, but like give it enough weight to where they would give that as a reason. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm a Gemini, so like my mood's gonna flip. Like
Exactly.
yeah, it's dismissive. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, I feel like that's another thing Christians need to talk about. Where I've heard enough to where I can talk about it conversationally, but I've never necessarily believed it for more than just a conversation piece. If I'm being honest, you know. And that's Haitians, you feel me? Why am I giving you my birthday?
Exactly.
Or the time I was born.
Yeah.
Like, why are you asking me that?
Yo,
Exactly.
what? Yeah.
I'm like, what?
I'm good on it. Yeah, I'll change the conversation.
I didn't even know the
real quick.
significance behind time. Because my mom was like, don't ever tell somebody what time you were born. But I'm like, who would ask me what time I was born anyways?
Yeah.
But growing up, I was like, I'll be sick. Now I'm just like, wow, there's a lot of people who actually want to know, like, what time were you born?
They curious.
Exactly.
It's scary.
And I feel that. Yeah, that's a red flag.
But what about green flags? Nobody said any green flags.
Green.
Oh, green flag.
Yo, you on one?
I would say my green flag is, I don't know.
Well, see, my green flag is if you go to church and you respect God, me, and you actually like respect my parents, and yeah, that's my green flag. If you actually like being submissive, you actually follow the Bible according to God's standards. That's my green flags.
Okay, I can agree.
Yeah, honestly, someone who like faithfully walks in their faith. You know what I mean? Like where they love God and they love people. And a little more on that. Just know how to be with people. You feel me? I don't necessarily believe in like having to have an outgoing personality, but a loving heart. Because like you don't have to be an extrovert to be a good person. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think that matters, and someone who loves me. We'll talk. At least knows how to love me and understands me. I think that's important.
I would say mine's someone who loves God and someone who's family oriented. I feel like that's
Sure.
a big thing. I don't want you to be around. You gotta have friends, love your friends, but do you respect your mom? Do you respect your dad? How do you talk to your mom?
Yeah.
How do you talk to your dad? Like, I think that's very important because, like, I met a lot of people who disrespect their parents. So it's like hearing that's like, okay, if you could disrespect the person who gave you life,
Yeah.
you can disrespect anybody else. You don't care about anybody else. So
Yeah.
I feel like those are the main green flags. Like, okay, you respect your mom, you respect your dad, even if you're not on talking terms, and how you talk about others when you're no longer friends with them. That's a big thing. Somebody could do the craziest thing to you, but how do you respond after a fallout? How do you respond after somebody disrespects you, lie to you?
Yeah.
How are you, and how do you speak of that person? Do you tell their business after you guys are no longer friends? How do you maneuver that? So
Yeah.
I would say that I'm big on respect and manners. So yeah,
That's good.
those would be my green flags.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good too. Yeah.
I feel that. I've heard that saying where it's like, it may not be at my table, but I still want to see you eat. You know what I mean? Yeah,
100%.
still wishing the best on people.
Yeah.
That's important. That's big. I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. That's a good green flag. But yeah. So my other green flag is like say, oh, let's do Bible study together. I'm quick to do that. If you say
You
this,
sure you're not doing that?
yeah, I say I'm quick to do that.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, I'm better hear you. I was like,
Yeah, because like I like to do Bible study, even though some people found that boring. But listen, the Bible is not boring, man. Like they got dragons, they got giants. I'm like, man, let me bore you in that time. Let me see what's going on.
Life lessons. Yeah, somebody you could do life together with. That's a green flag. Growing your faith with. Yo, shout out to my dog Nugget. He's got his no, listen. He just got engaged to his girl. The story is beautiful. And one of the things that I saw that I was like instantly, and I liked her as a person already, you feel me? But one of the things that I saw that they did together, like even when they were long distance, they'd be on FaceTime just like going through the devotion together, reading the Bible together.
Yeah.
I thought I was like, hey, yo, you got a good one. Good one. Because, like, yo, when you're on FaceTime, when you talk, you could be chopping it up, doing anything. And I'm sure they had their conversations, but, like, the fact that they took time to grow in their faith together, you feel me? I thought it was dope. And I do believe that the man should be, as like called to be like the spiritual leader. But dare I say, it was beautiful seeing that like she pushed him to like first start doing it, and now it's him like taking the reins on that. I was like, yo, let's get this. They're both in med, or she recently finished med school. He's in med school now. Like they're busy people, but like they would still take the time to keep going their relationship. That's a big green flag. I like
Yeah, I
that.
like that.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good too. I totally agree. But I think we running out of time, everybody. So make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you guys want us to talk about next.
Until next time.
Oh, Godspeed.